Hello, hello. Hey, Jason, Paul, look at you right away, coming right in. GK Handstick. We'll wait just a little bit as we say hello to some peeps. There's Cody. Real Kima in the house. Zeus 3214. Come on in, y'all. Got some juicy conversation today. Hey, KV and Crystal Toe. Going to share with you being on fire and inspired and some distinctions I think are going to help unhook. Marla Martensen, oh my God, so glad you're here. Going to help unhook from the stuff that starts getting us in our head. Do I remember you? Kevin Baptiste, if you mean within the Periscope world, yes. If you mean within real life, no. So help me on that. Hello, 6717. And Niels, oh, this is great. We're going to have such juicy conversation and feeling on fire. Look, my dog's already excited about it. Just back from South Africa, Ron! Ron Carr is an amazing leader on leadership for executives, and welcome back. And a great speaker and former president of the National Speakers Association. We got amazing people in here. Marla Martensen hooks up, very successful people with each other in romantic relationships and also very spiritual kind of gal. Hey, Niels, Copenhagen in the house. Yeah, let us know where you are scoping in from. Thanks, Marla. Appreciate it. All right, just for fun, let's have a little song as we have other people that are coming in and kind of a song about going for your heart. All right. Are you ready to go? I haven't sung this forever, by the way. No, Omaha and San Diego. Are you tired of choosing the longer road? Ready to solve the mystery? Hey, Florida. Do you want to know? Do you want to lighten the heavy load? Do you want to meet your destiny? Hey, Lana. Get up. Get up and choose. It's not a question of fate. Thank you. Take control. Time to move before it's too late. Already here. Inside. It's getting high. The answer to your dreams. You've got the key. So decide, it's easier than it seems. Oh, with the higher power guiding you, your life will explode. You're gonna be cracking the abundance code. So there you go. Hey, Christiana. Woohoo! Just started off with a little fun song. So I'm Lynn Rose, just for those of you who don't know, or those who are just joining, or would like to be reminded. Hook, exactly. I'm Lynn Rose, and I play in the world of the entertainment and media world. Had a syndicated radio show on personal achievement. Fired up, awesome. And have led transformational programs for years, from the wow factor, an inside-out approach to speaking powerfully, authentically, and fearlessly. Crap, hi, I got you, Christiana. Hey. And a program called The Goal Getter, and I have a performance keynote that I do for companies and events called The Power to Wow. And it gets you on fire, inspired, and ready to take action. And based on the principle of WOW, which is an acronym for Without Walls. So we can dissolve those barriers to our connection, to what we want, to each other, to our purpose. Oh, our life explodes open and our power comes in. Hey, baby boy in the house. So great to see you. So what we're going to talk about today is about unhooking from those things that drag us down, whether that's a circumstance or energy of someone that you're around, or negative people, right? Hey, trolls. Let's even talk about that. I have a way I like to look at trolls. Thank you, DJ. Doubt. Okay, right? So how you unhook and then can unleash what's there for you. And gosh, I've been studying so much about that. Energy today, Lynn, energy. And then a little bit later in the scope, for those who are still around, I'm going to then move it into Blab, so I can actually even bring you on, or those who want on. And this will be my first time on Blab, doing my own Blab, and bring you on to Blab. And so I can, and those who want to stay in the scope, stay in the scope. So we'll kind of do both and be able to get in conversation even on Blab about that. If you don't know what Blab is, blab.im, I think you do by now, right? Thank you, Cam's Branty. Yeah, Blab's awesome. Okay, so what's coming? Yes, negativity loves negativity. We have to break free. Here's what I see that happens. I noticed this in me. So let me just give you a little background on me, and I love you guys giving your feedback along the way too. This is us a creative conversation together. And like I said, we'll then move it into Blood to really truly have on video conversation. So in my past, some people may not know this, but I loved my mom. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that was a perfect opportunity to go bless, block, and bye-bye. So life's going to come along and do that, by the way. You're going to run into negative people or people who are in their own stuff and they are acting out and they hook you, right? Or if you let them. Or you can use it as an opportunity to go, oh, that's just where they're coming from. Bless, block, bye-bye. And trolls can kind of be a great exercise in that. Well, he's blocked. So anyway, it's all good. But then the key is to not then, oh, I'm so glad, SMC. Such hypnotizing eyes. Thank you. Near Death Daniel. Wow, you probably have an amazing story. Thank you. Yep. And I just think even experiencing in Periscope, as we do our Periscopes or on others' Periscopes, and you see stuff like that happen, the key is not to get hooked into it and then make it mean that, well, why'd that happen to you? Or to that person? Or maybe, oh, or that energy, or that feels so bad. No, we don't need to take any of that on. That was their own stuff. And we can actually use it, like I was saying, as an opportunity. Sure, if you want to look at it that way, Heart Rob. It's not therapy, it's a conversation. But in any way that it can be with each other, supportive and inspiring, awesome. But we can use it as an opportunity to see beyond that instant surface of negativity or some type of response showing up. Because sometimes people, not even sometimes, often, all around us, people are in their own stuff, even those that we love. And they are coming from their own filter and perspective. And sometimes they're acting out of their own pain or angst. And when we start responding to them with pain and angst, we're just creating more of the same. Don't take it personally, non-personal awareness. That's great, Joel. Thank you. So what I think is important is that we can use it as that opportunity to see beneath and beyond the surface. There's always something behind it. It's never us. Exactly. So it gives us the opportunity to tune into compassion, to just let it go, and to not take it on ourselves, to not get hooked by it. And if we're not careful, we get hooked by negative messages everywhere. We get hooked by our circumstances, people passing by. Hey, how you doing, Latza? Lotzotron. So anything you want to say about that so far, and I'll continue on the conversation about resistance and getting hooked. So I'll share with you a little bit about background and what I recognized actually recently. And I'll share some raw stuff here too. That's cool. I just finished my own scoop earlier. Yay, Lotzotron, that's fantastic. So I come from a background that I had a mother I just love and adored, and I loved my dad. He was like so charming and talented and everything, and a Marine jet fighter. But they separated, and that's like half the country. But also my dad at one point then took my sister and I away from my mom, basically child abduction. And we were away from my mom for 1.5 years. And that was a really tough time. And my dad was an alcoholic and moving through it. Right. So I wanted everyone to be happy around me. It was always kind of programmed that way anyway. But here I'm in this environment. My dad was very unstable at the time. Been there, right? We all have our story. And my sister, I was the older sister, so I wanted to protect her. I came glad and happy overcame the odds. Oh, thank you. So my goal was I got to make sure everybody's happy. And then that way we can create a safe, peaceful place. So I became all the more programmed. I can't rest and relax. I got to make sure that I can control my environment by making sure everybody's happy and everything's good. All right. And some of you guys obviously relate. Be blessed. Yeah. And then finally, the court stepped in, got reunited with my mom, which was wonderful. Yay, hearts. Exactly. And I love my mom. And, and also the thing you look at is like, well, how come mom didn't come steal me back? Well, she didn't want to do a stealing back and forth, but then that plays into how we start operating out there in the world. So then between 5th and 6th grades, I finally get back with my mom. A couple years go by, and then we're all excited. We're going to go visit my dad, and we get news that my dad, flying from one base to another, bye baby boy, crashed his plane and was killed. And at that point, I numbed out. And I tucked who I was way in the background. And I just then just controlled how things came across on the outside. And it was, decades worth of working on myself to then unhook that, to allow myself to really expose all of who I am, to be who I am, and to really connect deeply from that feeling place, to feel alive again, And but I recognize that I operate or have been operating from a place of I've got to save the world, I've got to help the world, I've got to help people, I've got to make sure people are happy, I've got to fix people, right? And say yes if you agree, or if you've been there, or you understand what I'm talking about. If you have some of that, some of you were saying that earlier. And I recognized, thanks, be blessed. Yep, been there, right? And so that can sometimes not be good when you're in relationship, whether that's a relationship with your family or a relationship in a partnership. And so in my relationship, I want to make sure he's happy. I want to make sure everything's okay. And there's been different challenges that have happened in the past couple of years, some of them unthinkable with my partner. And what I was doing to myself was, in a way, got the t-shirt, right? Wrote the t-shirt, right, Joel? And what I was doing was then trying to offer suggestions of help and trying to maybe even sometimes control the environment and say what to do, and also put myself on hold and feel like I can't let myself go for it and soar and take off unless I know that he's okay and he's happy, and then I can go on and go for it. And so what I was subconsciously doing to myself was stopping myself. Men love that, he said, sarcastically, right? Facetiously. So no. Yeah, exactly. So I really, really got present all the more to how I've been hooking myself. Right, Bob, exactly. Your ears were burning. That's my partner, Bob. And he's been wonderful about, navigating with all our different, when we're in relationships, our stuff's going to come up against our other stuff. That's just what happens, right? Hello, I'm French. Yes, you are. And welcome. Bienvenue. So, what I recognized was that was going on. And I had a bit of a opening, if you will, this morning. And my head was swirling about, what about this? And I got to do this. And I feel the burden of this. And all these type of things that we can get in our head where we're swirling about all the shoulds. And I thought, and then I recognized there was some of that feeling like I couldn't go for what I want or whatever, because I'm not sure that, what Bob happens. Is he okay with what he's got going on? Well, it's debilitating to him for me to feel like I need to control and help out with him. He needs to have his own path. It is 11:12 here in California, Marina Del Rey. And it's also then debilitating to me, because then I have that tension and then I'm wanting it to be a certain way. I've understood should is a violent word. Right, Avery, right. And so it's a gift to both yourself and the other person to unhook. And when we get concerned about wanting to make sure they're okay or trying to help them, it's wonderful to help people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't. But I'm saying when we get hooked into that and that it has to be a certain way, or it needs to be a certain way before we're then free, that then hooks us in there and holds us back. So to unhook is to just really, truly, that whole expression of let the bird go, and if it comes back to you, then it was meant to be. But it's not, it's just about letting it be around you. Let people be how they are around you. Let trolls be how they are. Let life be how it is. And just really bring it back to focusing on yourself and ways that you can shine and be all that you can be. Sometimes the best help you can be is to show up fully tapped in, tuned into your power. Exactly. It's exactly what we're saying here. So that is a really big gift. And when you stand in that, you give others the freedom to do the same. You're so wonderful, Avery. Exactly. And when we get hooked into, well, it should be different, which is really what's going on when we're trying to fix something or help something or feeling so compelled that we got to fix and can't be free until we do. Right, Marla? And so that is creating resistance. And as we all know, if you don't, we should know, resistance is what creates suffering. So the meaning that we're giving something, saying it shouldn't be this way, or why is it this way, or what did I create here, or how come this is happening, or oh my God, my finances, that must mean that I did something wrong, or I'm bad, or all those judgments, all of that is resistance. And that's where the suffering is, as opposed to just saying, this is what's going on. Hey, Ron, this is what's going on. What can I do about it that's in my power, my control? And how can I also be and surrender and let happen what's happening and really just tune into the moment and into our own power? Like Avery Ford said so beautifully, hey, Bradley Cooper, welcome. And hey, Vicky, you just joined. So your best gift is letting them be them and you be you. How are you? Very good. Nice to see you. Thanks so much, hey, Vicky. What you resist persists. Exactly, exactly. So another thing that can help when it's time to get unhooked, because we get hooked in and then we get kind of caught in that mind spiral. Have you been there, right? So how can we get unhooked? Well, a great way is to get into your body. So it's truly about taking a step back for a moment and breathing. So if you want, let's just take a couple breaths together. And kind of like really breathe in, so you like create space. And then let it go, and then one more breath, so 3 breaths. So that's a great way. And then to tune into what you're grateful for. So I know it might seem tune into what you're grateful for, but really what that is doing is helping you tune into and focus on what is working in your life, what it is you want to celebrate. And that starts putting your focus and attention there, which then starts expanding that good feeling. And it's also taking away the focus and attention on the resistance. So you put that focus on what you're grateful for. And even if you're in like a spiral, gratitude draws grace. Beautifully said, Joel. So if we bring that attention to it, aloha don geno. If we bring that focus to it, we're going to now expand that good feeling. It is an amazing shifter. You actually need to do it though. Yes, awesome. And a way to really anchor it in, so you're not just doing it by rote. Okay, I'm grateful for my dog. I love my dog. I'm grateful for my mom because she's so full of life. Is I'm grateful for my dog because he always greets me at the door with this wagging tail and full of love. And every time I hold him, I just feel this love. He loves people. He makes me smile whenever I see him. So you think of the because of why you're grateful. That why will anchor in that good feeling and that gratitude. Okay, so you think of even just 7 things. But when that mind is swirling and it's hard to find 7 things, our attitude determines our altitude in life. Exactly. Then you can think about, all right, I am grateful for, like I have this beautiful view outside. I'll tap it for you 1 second. All right, so I have this beautiful view. Not going anywhere, don't worry. And so I can say, all right, thank you. I'm so grateful for this nature that's right outside my window. I'm grateful for that bird that just sang outside my window, the water and the reflection of the water, because it centers me, it tunes me into spirit. I just started a gratitude, and what's your question? Go ahead and ask that. And someone else said, I started a gratitude journal a week ago. Should have done that 8 years ago. Exactly. It's great to do in the morning and great to do at night. Yes, and I find it helps to tune into the sense of the thing. Exactly. Sight, smell, touch with gratitude. And you know why? Because it's putting us in our body. That's why the breath is so great. I do it at night. That's awesome, Niels. Try it in the morning before you get out of bed, too. If you know The Secret, in fact, Bob, my partner, was in the movie The Secret. I'm sure you've heard that by now, those of you who've been tuning in or tuned into Bob's scope. And the woman who wrote the movie The Secret, at least produced it and then wrote the book, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that will determine your altitude. Don't people walk around with a great attitude drive you nuts? No. Only when they're not letting themselves feel. It doesn't mean that you stop yourself from feeling sadness or anger or other emotions that come up. It's about embracing it all, but we also have the power to navigate through them in the morning and at night. Yes, but just it doesn't take that long, actually. And why not kick off the day in this great space? So the woman who produced the movie The Secret said that she would not get out of bed until she had tears flowing down her face in gratitude. Every day she started her day that way as she was working on the movie. So that movie was really birthed in such utter gratitude, at least according to what she shares. The other key, I think really helps as well when we're hooked into the negativity or stuff that's going on. I'm trying to teach my kids this. That's awesome. And we don't do this enough for ourselves. And that is to acknowledge ourselves. So in the morning and at night, or in that moment that you're hooked in, is to take that breath or a couple breaths, few breaths really, tune into that gratitude so you're focusing on what is working, and then acknowledge yourself. Find a few things to acknowledge yourself, either that you accomplished that day or that just in your life. I'm sorry, I'm really having a bad day. I refuse to suppress my feelings and pretend I'm not happy. I'm not saying to suppress your feelings. It actually is important to honor your feelings. But I'm saying when we're stuck in a negative spiral that's in our head that is not serving us, that's that negative, oh my God, what about this? And should I do that? And it's that negative spiral. There's a way to unhook from that and get centered again. And even in that centered space, in that gratitude space, you might have along with that some of the sadness or some of the anger too. It's not saying to ignore your feelings. Hopefully you can hear that. I'm talking about that negative mental cycle that will go on and will hook you. But another thing is to acknowledge yourself. And that is so helpful, to acknowledge yourself. Yes, love you, dear Lynn. Must head out. We'll watch entire replay later. Oh, love you, Avery. So the acknowledging yourself, and it can be, I acknowledge myself that I worked out this morning. Or I acknowledge myself, yes, it's not either or. I acknowledge myself for that time. Thank you, be blessed. Soul sister. I acknowledge myself for that time I made this video for my mom for her 60th birthday, celebrating her and the joy it brought her and all her friends. And, I acknowledge myself because I love to smile at people and give them love. Whatever that is. Or I acknowledge myself, I like my eyes. I mean, it can be something as simple or silly as that. But tuning into acknowledgement, because too often we're judging and putting it down or blocking ourselves from receiving that. Or even we'll work hard, create a goal, and we don't even celebrate and acknowledge it, and we're on to the next thing. So building that muscle of acknowledgement. I believe that only in my weakness can I see God's grace. All right. But it doesn't, I think weakness really means in that vulnerability. You can see God's grace in your strength. Through your strength is God's grace too. It's both. It's all. So I think in that vulnerability, but also in being strong and being fully who God put you on this planet to be and have and understand. I understand your point. Awesome. Thanks, Todd. So, any thoughts you guys want to contribute on this conversation? It's not just about hearing me talk. I did have one other point to share, but I'd love to just hear some of your perspectives, as some of you have been sharing along the way. We'll wait. I think it's okay to be sad. I'm not saying it's not. I agree. I think it's important we honor how we feel. I had to move through allowing myself to process the grief and the anger, to be with it, to honor it. Or when I feel something going on, where is it in my body? Get curious about it. Oh, I'm upset about this. I'm uptight about this. Let me lean into that. What's going on? It's something that's hard for me because I feel the negativity sucks me in. Right. But we do need to let ourselves, I never know how to unhook. But what we need to do is see what's going on, tune into what's going on, and try to shove it away or push it away, like Don Jano is saying. I don't want to come off as being contrarian. Oh, it's okay. You're sharing how you feel, which is important. How do you feel? And we all might have different ways of looking at it too. But looking in your body and feeling that what's going on, tune into, oh, I realize I'm feeling worried about this, or I'm feeling upset about this. Let yourself be curious about it. Be with it. Let yourself feel it. And sometimes just by letting yourself really honor it and be with it, it will move through. These feelings are energy that needs to be felt, expressed, and move through. But that negative mental cycle, or that negativity that's going on, that only gets fed up even more the more we feed it. But what about this? Like I should, but am I going to be able to create this finances? And I don't know. But should I do this? And what if I do that? And that becomes this negative cycle, right? All those what ifs that are disempowering. Well, what if this fails? What if this doesn't go well? What if people aren't liking what I'm saying? What if, I don't know. So is that serving any purpose? No. It's serving a gerbil wheel of confusion and holding you back and standing in the way of you connecting. I just can't have a good attitude all the time, especially when people blow chunks of my life. So, what about having an empowering what if? So when those what ifs come up, meet yourself where you are and move from there. Beautifully said, Joel. Thank you. So when those come up, tune into a what if that can be empowering. It's all good, Don Gino. So what if you had a what if you would turn to when those shoulds are driving you nutty and batty and you're stuck in your mind circle? That's the mind F, one might say. Great way to break the cycle without breaking it. You can't change it. I receive your point. Thank you. You could say, what if, no matter how it goes, how someone may respond or not, or what I'm going to choose to do, I'm going to be okay. And just know, because sometimes even with our challenges, in our core, we're okay. I need to go to positive. What if it's not negative ones? Exactly. So find a what if. What if I can be okay no matter how this turns out? I was working with someone who said, I opened for the National Speakers Association this conference recently, and it was a really big deal. And I was determined it was going to be great, knock it out the park, and it went great, by the way. But I was working with someone, a healer, if you will, and he said, would it be okay if you bombed? And I went, no, it would not. And he was working with me about, well, what if it would be okay if you bombed? You're still got your talent, you're still great, you still can have other opportunities. Then there's going to be something that comes up even more if you allow yourself to be in that space, that even if it doesn't go the way I'm aiming for, I'll be okay. And then I'm not so holding tightly to make sure I make it this great thing. There's space that gets created that gives space for it maybe not to even work out the way I want, but that allows me even more freedom to have something discovered that I might not have discovered in how I perform or how I connect. I don't know if you can follow that. It's a bit complicated, a point and yet simple. But when we can free ourselves to say, but if it's okay, it allows you to then be fully in the moment and be led from the moment and not hooked in this cycle and freak out or concern. And when that comes up, it is important that we don't judge it. It might come up, that stuff will come up, but don't judge yourself for having it. That's the resistance. Really, the first step is just letting go of the judgments about anything that's showing up in our life and how we feel and how we're responding. Let all that judgment go. Start practicing the muscle of, I'm choosing to let judgment go on this because it doesn't serve that purpose. Hi. So let me ask you, especially as we're now kind of coming down in the numbers just a little bit, is this kind of scope something you guys would like to see from me? I do scopes on music, behind the scenes fun, connect cast where I connect you guys to each other. I do scopes on media. But is this kind of scope something that you would like to have or like to see? Let me know. Yes, says Alba. That's great. Need to know because I can continue doing more. And are you interested in taking this on to Blab? Define judgment. Okay. Love this. You're speaking my language. Awesome, Be Bliss. Fantastic. Define judgment. By judgment, I don't mean discernment. I mean, judgment is saying I shouldn't be feeling this way. What's wrong with me? What did I do? There must be something wrong with me that this happened, or making it mean some bad thing. Maybe this means I'm not meant to be out there doing this. Maybe this means I don't have what it takes. Or judgment saying he shouldn't be that way. I shouldn't, anything that has a should along with it. Don't know Blab, only found scopes 2 days ago. Oh, Joel. Well, Blab's a great thing to integrate with Periscope or even on its own. I don't look at it as either or, I look at it as both. It's blab.im. Okay, and if you want, we together right now, I'll kind of do a little shift here. All right, newbie. By the way, Friday, I'm going to do a training because I'm a Periscope crusader. Just go to blab.im and then you sign in with your Twitter. Done. And you're done. But stay with me here because I'm going to move to blab.im. I'll keep the scope going. And you guys can watch me as I get on there. And then you can see how you can then scroll and find our Blab and join on there if you want. And then if you like, I can bring you even in on video. Today is my first day on Scope. Lots of interesting things on here. Well, welcome, Nate. Gig, thank you for your positive, got to go. Thank you for your positive energy. Thanks, Don Gino. It was nice having that conversation, and thank you for sharing your truth. Appreciate it. So I'm going to, on Friday, I'm going to be doing an in-depth Periscope training for my friends and my clients and my tribe. And that includes you guys if you want. Learning all the ins and outs of Periscope, even how to leverage it. I've been doing a lot of research. And for those of you who want to even know how to leverage it for business and to monetize, and I've helped some people do that already, I'll be doing that as well, okay? So, shall we go to Blab? I'm going to do this over here. I shouldn't show you. Oh, goodness, one would think. Don't do that. Okay, let's go here. You guys following me so far? Let me know you're still with me. I see numbers, which makes me go, you're still here, but I don't see you guys chatting, so I'm not exactly sure. Okay, blab.im. Okay. Hi, Alex. We are going to Blab and seeing how that goes. Okay, let me get rid of that. Those are Blab notifications, by the way. Wish I could turn them off. They're driving me batty. Okay, I'm going to start a new Blab. You're about to see what it is. It's a brand new platform, and I'm going to invite you guys to come on. Gosh, what shall we call it? Sorry, put this here. Signed in. Awesome. So, conversation. Join the conversation. I'll put hashtag on fire and inspired. Okay, join the conversation. What else should we say on here, you guys? On fire and inspired. I feel awkward, to be honest, doing this with you guys, but that's okay. Thanks for hanging in there. Unhook and unleash the real you. And then you guys can come and share your part of it, okay? So how about that? I'm going to make it general, and I'm going to start the Blab, and then you're going to see. In fact, let me do this here. I don't have to hold it in my legs. I can hold it like this. Hop over from Periscope. That's right. So you go to blab.im, and I'm going to start it now. I'm pressing start for the first time with you guys. I'm going to hope to be able to, let's see, let's tune in to see what we can see. Hi, all right, we have started Blab, and it's one viewer, and it's just me right now until we get you guys in there. I have not let anybody know that I'm doing this. I could have let my... Hi, Lynn! Boom! Mark Shaw, look, I've just started my first Blab. I was bringing them on to Blab. Hello, hello, and saying, come on to Blab. Do you want to come on to Blab right now with me? Right now, Mark? I'd love to introduce you to the folks. In fact, I have a question for you because I'm doing my mastermind in-depth Periscope thing and want to bring you on for that. But Mark, it's blab.im. The title of it is Join the Conversation. Oh, let me record, and I'll tell a little bird, tweet about it. Awesome. I don't know how to let my followers know. This is my new time on here, so I don't even know if anyone's finding this. Not near PC, by the pool. Sorry, no worries. You can watch this way. I don't even hear any volume coming on. Do you guys hear any volume? Oh, it's because it's my own volume. Hi. No one has joined. So Mark Shaw, what am I doing? What am I not doing that I need to do to have people find it? This is so funny. See, this is new conversation of discovering Blab. Hey, Gabe the Tech, I'm on blab.im. You go to blab.im, and then you can scroll through the other Blabs and see about Houston, we have a problem. I know, Mark. What am I doing? You want to hop on there and help guide me? I don't see you on Blab. Okay. Maybe I need to stop and start. Loving the live exploration. Exactly. You guys are sharing this with me. My first Blab, and I obviously did not do it quite right. I don't even know how to end it. The seat is locked. Not used it yet. Oh, the seat. Oh, unlock. No. Is that unlocked now? Lock seat. How is it locked? I don't even see viewers though. Are you on there, Mark? Am I discoverable? And how do I unlock the seat? I think it's unlocked. You can join in the seat, right? Look at this, you guys. I'm learning. Okay, somebody just joined. Thank you. Hi, Chris. If you want to join, feel free. I've not done this before. You will be my guinea pig. Thank you for joining. We're testing. I should probably put in here testing. First blab testing. In fact, let me do that. Hi, Chris. All right. First blab testing. Uh-oh. Didn't change it. Lovely. Are you guys entertained? This is hysterical. Everyone boycott her. She is part of ISIS. Is that what's going on? Can't see a search box. Yeah. Well, you go to Blab and you're supposed to scroll through the live blabs and then come on. Allah Akbar. Okay. Don't know WR Spaniel. Hopefully you're trying to be funny. But if it's something else, then I'll have to block you. Crystal Toe, see if you want to join, and I can have you join. But this is my first time, and I'm figuring this out. Thank you very much. Just want to make sure. You never know with trolls, right? All right. So first time, guys, help me. Somebody know how to do this? Jane, I can't stop this thing. Is it my computer not working? What's happening? Okay. I thought I could change this. Change. All right. Joel Young. Hey, Joel. Thank you for joining me. And he's joined. And I get to accept Joel. Ta-da! Thank you so much. All right. We get to test this out. Let's hope you come on. Looks like you're trying to come on. Hi, Joel. I'm not hearing you, though. I don't know if it's mine or yours. It's showing. Okay. Do you hear me? We're going to plug in. Going to see how to find you. So, yeah. How do we find you? How do I post this to Periscope? So, you guys, look me up. Can they look me up on Blab? How do they find my Blab? Isn't this fun? We don't know what we're doing. Change. I'm trying to change to. Okay, there we go. First. Okay. Okay. First blab.im. I just scrolled down the live feed and you didn't see me? Or is that how you found me, Joel? I refreshed first. Okay. So maybe that's how that needs to happen. Okay. Then found you. Susanna's joined. Hi, Susanna. Oh, I'll accept you, Chris. Have you been enjoying this, Chris? This craziness. Susanna, you're welcome to join too. But I don't know why we're not having the volume. And I am brand new on Blab. I've been on other people's Blabs. I'm brand new on doing this. Oh, hi, Chris.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Oops.
You didn't tell me there was video involved.
Now we know. Yeah. Now I don't know. How do I feel oh, I know. Does someone have their Periscope still on? If so, mute your Periscope. That's the echo we're hearing. Hi, JR. Let's take on JR. Web Slinger. Awesome. We get to have a conversation. And Susanna, you're welcome to join a little bit later too, or via the chat, you can chat. Here comes J.R. Crane. All right, so Joel, I don't hear you, so I don't know what's happening. Maybe if you want to sign out and sign back in. Okay. Click to give fields. Let me give you fields, J.R. I'm going to give fields to Chris. Ta-da. There's Joel. Hi.
Hey, guys.
Oh, good. We've got everybody. So someone's Periscope is still playing. So mute your phone if you are still on Periscope.
I already muted mine.
Okay.
Mine's off.
So why is this
Let me get off Periscope.
Okay. Hi, Joel.
Hi, Joel.
We're not hearing you, darn.
I'm live talking to somebody.
Well, you might have to tell the settings to accept your computer settings or something. I'm not exactly sure how that works. So, Chris, I'm going to make sure I follow you guys too. This is blab.im. Are you familiar with blab.im or are you new to this?
This is brand new for me.
Ah, Cool. So what I've normally noticed, and I just must not be doing something right. Maybe I needed to let people know ahead of time, send out the link ahead of time. But normally you get people get a lot of people on that they don't even necessarily get a lot of people on Periscope. So I might not have been as well discoverable or promoted enough ahead of time. Who knows? There might be just some way I've listed it that's not accurate, not helping get more people in here. But what's great is from the conversation, you can bring people on, take them off. They have chat on the side. It's great. Hi, Alex Daily TV. Talking to my Periscope. You can go to blab.im and join the conversation there. I might, because we're having an echo, I don't know if it's the Periscope or if it's the Blab, I might sign off. Hi, Roy Montero. And Suzanne is still with us. Okay, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye on the Periscope. Bye, everybody. Come to blab.im and search for that title. That's what's on right now. Join the conversation and Fire Inspired Unhook the leash.